Hi everybody, welcome to my channel Living the Red Dot. This is May from Singapore. Today I have an oldie but goodie for you. It's all about Angel EDT. So if this is something you're interested in, please stay tuned. Okay, so Angel EDT, this was released way back in 1992. It's in an EDP format. The original formulation has a ton of notes in it, so I'm not gonna go through it. I will post it on the side here, see if it actually fits. But yeah, so this Angel EDT, I think there hasn't been any other perfumes out there that has been more polarizing than this one. There's the camp that just love it, and there's the camp that just hate it. I'm in the camp that I'm not sure. Sometimes I like it, sometimes I don't. So because it is an older perfume, it has had many reformulations. I believe the latest one was probably a reformulation back in 2020. I first experienced Angel back in the early mid-2000s, maybe 2005, 2006. I had a coworker back in 2003 who I overheard was talking about Angel being her favorite perfume, and I thought it just fit her personality so well. She was rather loud, big personality, and she got like kind of reddish hair, so I think the perfume really fit her very well, because the Angel perfume back then, the original, was loud. It was borderline obnoxious. If you spray too much, you could literally just want to put your hand on your nose and not be around that person wearing it. So yeah, that was my first experience in trying out Thierry Mugler's Angel EDP. Then in 2005, I thought I would try it again, so I bought a set, and I think I've talked about this before. So I bought a set with a small sample vial of the eau de parfum and the hair mist and one of these hand cream. It's still strong. I think I used the perfume in the vial maybe once or twice, not in the office, and then I never wore it again. I ended up throwing it out. The hair mist was much better. It was much more toned down, and when you spray it on your hair, and I think I actually used it as perfume or body spray, just one spray, and it gave that nice kind of airy whiff of the sweet chocolatiness of the perfume. So I like that one much better, but I never did repurchase. So until recently, I thought, when I've been more into perfumes again, I thought I would revisit Thierry Mugler's Angel perfume. So looking at Fragrantica, I seen that throughout the 2000s, early 2000s up to now, when people talk about the perfume, they seem to highlight different aspects or notes in this perfume. There's a time frame when they talked about the Coca-Cola note, they talk about more about the patchouli, or they talk about the chocolatiness of it. So I think this is because of the many reformulations of this perfume. And on top of that, I've discovered that Thierry Mugler actually changed the brand name from Thierry Mugler, like this, Thierry Mugler, to just Mugler. I think back in 2011, it's just Mugler now. I never really like noticed that. So using that as kind of like a benchmark, I'm pretty sure that any perfume that they develop before the brand name change would be different than the ones that were manufactured after that change. So 2000 perfumes that were made late 2010 and starting 2011, they would likely be very different than the ones produced before. So what I did was I bought, or rather I found, this one, this Angel Eau de Parfum sample. It's a 7 ml spray, and it still has Thierry Mugler as the brand. So I sprayed that one on a piece of paper and compared it with a 2020 version of Angel. This is a refillable bottle. It's a Christmas edition, so I think this is supposed to be a Christmas like ornament, a present for Christmas. So it's in, you know, Angel is well known for its star shape right here. So I sprayed the pre-2010-2011 version on one piece of paper, and I sprayed the 2020 version on another piece of paper and compared them. And what did I think? I hated both of them. I could not stand it. The patchouli is so in your face. It's so dirty patchouli. It's like dirt, and you know, it's like wet ground, wet leaves. It's just gross. It smelled like BO on the piece of paper. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, oh my god, like what the hell like happened to this perfume? Has it always been like this or what? So both of them, doesn't matter which version, you know, before the brand name change or after the brand name change, it just stank. So that's what I thought. Then I decided to spray it on skin. So I sprayed one side of my wrist with the 2020 version, and the other side, my other wrist, with the pre-branding version. And then I noticed the difference. Although the patchouli is still quite strong and dirty, especially if you smell it like right up here to your nose, like that, you would still get that BO vibe, and it's just awful. So that's a no. But as it started to like dry down, calm down and dry down, maybe after 20 minutes, 30 minutes, I could smell this kind of like sweet, it felt kind of powdery to me, patchouli, sweet vanilla smell. It's good. It's hard to describe, but I definitely smell the patchouli in there, and I definitely smell something sweet, and I attribute that sweetness to the vanilla in the perfume. So after an hour, I try smelling it again, not too close to my nose, maybe just like around here, and it's strong. It's still strong. I can get like a whiff of it, like from here, or when the wind blows. I could smell like that chocolate note, dark chocolate, sweet dark chocolate note on the pre-rebranding version of Angel versus the newer version, the 2020 version, where I did not get that chocolatey note, but I did get the vanilla sweet note in it, and that's what making it smell sweet. But it doesn't have that depth of that chocolate note to it. And also it felt, because of that, I think it felt lighter, even though both are EDP, both are supposed to be Angel. It felt lighter, slightly sharper, and this is where the longevity starts to diverge for this too. Whereas the older one, after about like 6 hours, I could still smell it close to my skin. But the new one, the 2020 version, has disappeared. I really have to bring my nose up to my wrist to find it, and it's gone, like, you know, after about 5 hours. So what people are saying is true. The older version of Angel, vintage version of Angel, it is such a beast. It's so strong, it lasts for days, it just keeps going on and on and on. But with the many reformulations, it has died down a bit. You know, that strength has been toned down so much from what it was. It still has good longevity if you compare it to modern perfumes these days, but if you're used to what it was before, or if that is what you're expecting based on what you've heard, then you're not going to get that. Like 2020 version is very much, you know, the performance in terms of longevity, projection, and sillage is pretty much just your regular, like, modern perfumes these days. So that is how I compare the at least two formulations of Angel EDP. Now I also have the Comet EDT version. I don't know what year this one was produced, but actually no, and I'm not sure whether it has been discontinued. Angel is known for discontinuing or changing bottles quite often, so yeah. Right, so I just smelled it right now, and now I'm second guessing what I'm gonna say about it, because I tried this around the same time I was trying out the Angel EDP. So the Angel EDT Eau de Toilette obviously is much weaker than the EDP because it's an Eau de Toilette, but it's still strong for a perfume. It actually lasted longer than the 2020 EDP, which disappeared after 5 hours, but the EDT, I could still smell it after 6 hours. Yes, it has died down to skin scent, but it's still there. So the EDT version, smelling it straight from the bottle and from a piece of paper, it's a very masculine perfume. Like, what is coming out to me really strongly is the pink pepper, so it's very peppery, and the red berries, and for sure like the patchouli. I think it is the cedar in it that makes it more masculine compared to the EDP. Like, even though it has vanilla and praline, I don't think that sweetness comes through as much as I would like when I smell it on paper and straight from the bottle cap. Now again, once I spray it on my skin, it reacts very, very differently. It becomes really like fresh and light, not as masculine. The vanilla start to kind of mix a bit better, and you know, brings it to the more unisex, more feminine side. It is quite enjoyable compared to the EDP if you're using it in the hot weather like we have. The patchouli, despite being strong and giving off that BO vibe on paper, it's not like that anymore when sprayed on skin. It somehow it tones down and other notes pop up. The red berries and pink pepper is still quite prominent to me. I smell a bit of the bergamot in it, so it's slightly like citrusy. I actually think this is much more enjoyable and wearable than the EDP version. And, you know, granted, all of them really, the EDP and EDT, it really depends on your skin chemistry, the weather, maybe even the vibe that you're getting like that day, because this perfume is just very, very temperamental. This perfume line is very, very temperamental. The EDP, I think when it's too hot, then you would definitely get the BO vibe coming out more. So yeah, you don't want that. And I live in hot weather here, so I don't really wear this at all, except for testing it in the house. So this is definitely more for cold weather, dry weather places, countries. But, you know, I would say that it's pretty safe to try, not blind buy, to try the EDT if you live in hot weather. With your skin chemistry, it might just work out for you, because I can see it has a lot of like promise to it. It's not for me, but the bottle is just gorgeous. Come on, look at that. Like, this is magnetic, by the way. It's beautiful. So, and it's slightly thicker at the back, so it does stand. Yeah. So if you enjoyed this review, please press like, subscribe, and share. Thank you. Bye.